done read every blog. I done listen to every video. Is he guilty or not guilty? If anybody need to be in jail, it need to be Cassie. This ain't nothing but a fatal attraction going on here. Cassie the criminal, not Diddy. She married. Her husband can't protect her. She afraid Diddy gonna do something to her. She acting like she want that old thing back. Like Diddy gonna get out of jail, come straight to her house and beat her ass. Like she ain't got $30 million in cash. Her husband must not be worth a damn. Ain't no way she can respect that man. Look at this, y'all. Get it together, Reggie. Cassie's lawyer has asked the judge to keep Diddy in prison. She afraid that if he get out, her life is in danger. She worried that Diddy gonna do something to her because she been misbehaving. She done moved on with her life. He trying to move on with his, but she's still trying to make this about her. When it was never really about her, man. It was about them people at that liquor company suing Diddy and trying to keep him in jail because they know if he get out, they gonna owe him $2 billion, y'all. We're about to get into that. But before we do, y'all need to do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button too. I ain't got nothing but love for y'all. And for all my real people out there, hit that Cash App, $ Sean Blaze Docs if you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get back into this news, man. Ventura was the prosecution's star witness and testified against her then boyfriend for days, detailing alleged accounts of sexual and physical abuse. We ain't got to go through all that no more because y'all already know what went on. But is he guilty or not guilty? Why is he still in jail? He's in jail because Cassie asked to keep him in jail. She don't got everything she wanted out of this trial. She got her money, she told her story, but that ain't enough. Y'all got to listen at this, man.
This morning, Sean Diddy Combs acquitted of the most serious charges he faced in federal criminal court: racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking.
Today's a great victory. It's a great victory for Sean Combs.
But the music mogul will remain behind bars until his sentencing, after the judge denied bail, saying that the defense did not prove Combs is not a danger to the public.
I want everyone to know the job is not done yet.
The jury of 8 men and 4 women deliberated.
His dentist ain't finished neither. He need to go back today. We're talking about the job ain't. What type of lawyer? What restaurant he dining at? The Flintstone Lounge or some shit? Nigga look like he been eating rocks. Who he representing? Wait a minute.
To the public.
I want everyone to know the job is not done yet.
The jury of 8.
God damn, he a piranha. He'll eat the case. Whatever you got going on, you got beef, and sick the piranha on the motherfucker. What the hell?
The public.
I want everyone to know the job is not done yet.
Oh, Lord have mercy. The lawyer from hell. The hell he been doing with his life, man?
The jury of 8 men and 4 women deliberating for just over 13 hours, finding Combs guilty of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, each carrying a maximum 10-year prison sentence. The verdict comes one day after
the transportation for the prostitution. That's the dumbest shit I just don't understand, man. And I've been trying to figure this thing out this whole time, but it's still not making no sense to me. So he innocent except for the prostitution part ain't the bad part. It's just how they got to the hotel. Them Uber charges or them Delta airline tickets. That's what got him in jail. He got to face charges for that because he provided transportation. If they would have got there on their own and freaked off, then it would have been all right. If they would have caught their own Uber to the hotel. But since he sent the ride out, now he got to go to jail. What type of stupid shit is this, man? Hold on, play that.
After jurors told the judge that they were unable to reach a verdict on the racketeering charge, citing unpersuadable opinions. Combs pumping his fists inside the courtroom after the verdict was read, later kneeling down and appearing to pray once the judge dismissed.
He said he smelled his own chair and damn near threw up. Got jail ass. He turned around. Don't bent down, don't bent over on the chair. That's how you know he ready to freak off again. He back to his old behavior. Ain't even left the courtroom yet.
Dismissed the jury, telling his family behind him, "I'm going to be home soon. I love you." The defense claiming victory with the partial conviction.
Sean Combs has not sexually assaulted anybody. We've said it with each lawsuit that came out, and today that was proven true.
Prosecutors arguing that the rapper ran a criminal enterprise for 2 decades, using his wealth and power to force his victims to submit. Over the 7-week trial, dozens of witnesses took the stand, including escorts, former assistants, and alleged victims, who detailed drug-fueled parties known as freak-offs. Among them, Combs' former...
Diddy is under public surveillance. What is Cassie so worried about, y'all? We all got our eye on this motherfucker. He's the most famous man in the world. How he gonna do anything to anybody? And why would he risk it to go back to jail? That's what got me thinking that this Cassie, she's obsessed with this man. She always have been. That's why she was willing to do the shit that she was doing back then. And she's still obsessed. She still want to be the victim. I believe she's still in love with this man. He let her go. She would have never left. He gave her the boot, man. He put that dude on her so she could start a new life. He hired the trainer. He probably gave him a mission to take this chick off my hands. And that's exactly what he did. Cassie Ventura's lawyer is asking the judge in Sean Diddy Kong's federal trial to deny his release on bond after the music mogul was convicted of prostitution charges on Wednesday. And she the damn prostitute. I'm confused like a motherfucker, man. He was hiring the prostitutes to freak her off. How she got to say so in any damn thing? They let these hoes get away with anything, man. I'm pissed off about it. Now she acting like her life is in danger. In a letter submitted to the judge, Douglas Wigger shared Ventura's concern that her ex-boyfriend could pose a danger to her and others. Ms. Ventura believes that Mr. Combs is likely to pose a danger to victims who testified in this case, including herself, as well as to the community. He wrote, what do we do with Cassie, man? Because the black community trying to celebrate, and she cock blocking the next freak off. You seen them out there with that baby oil acting the fool. They trying to get this thing started all over again. It's been boring since Diddy been in jail. And people going on and on about his sexual behavior. He a freak. He ain't the only one. 90% of y'all wouldn't be here if it wasn't for freaks. Your mama a freak. Your daddy a freak. You just don't know the details. So what, he like to get kinky. However kinky he like to get, that's his own personal business. He 50-something years old. He got grandkids. That ain't nobody business but his. But since Cassie is so concerned about her life and her safety, they leaving him in there till God knows when, even though he been acquitted because of her request. Somebody make this make sense to me.
Former girlfriend Cassie Ventura, who recounted years of alleged abuse and violence.
She really wanted to give a voice to others who suffer in silence.
Outside the courthouse, a mixed scene of supporters and protesters, as Sean Combs now waits to learn what lies ahead for his future.
So what lies next is that the next hearing to determine Combs' sentencing date is actually going to be scheduled for Tuesday. The proposed date on the table for his sentencing is October 3rd, but Combs' attorneys, they're asking for an expedited sentencing, guys.
Chloe, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, joining us now at the table with a closer look at the case.
Wait a minute, man. I got to say this before we move on with this news, man. I got to say this. Cassie ruined her life by going through with this trial. Her life is basically over, man. All that money not gonna save her. Whatever restaurant she go to, they gonna be serving her with plastic forks and spoons, paper plates, paper cups. Everybody know what she done did. They know she nasty. Women ain't gonna trust her around their husbands, their boyfriends. When she go to the grocery store, people gonna grab their shit and get the hell up out the store. She the freak on the loose. Diddy not the problem. She enabled that man. She let this man do all these weird things to her. and she moved on with her life. Now, if she was in a mental hospital and she all coked out, cracked out, can't think, can't drink, can't do a damn thing, then people will have some sympathy for Cassie. But seeing how she functioning as if she's normal, she got to be the real threat, because she was crazy back then, and that's something that you can't erase. She went through 48-hour, 7-day freak-offs and things. People would consider her disgusting, more disgusting than Diddy. All he did was watch. He probably paid her because he couldn't believe what the fuck he was looking at, man. Like, did she really just... That shit was better than watching TV. Better than the Super Bowl, better than any... He was addicted to their sex. He named one of them hoes the crack pipe because of the stuff they was doing for the money. Now, for all y'all people out there that be on them nasty sites, y'all know y'all be on it, man. Every time you feel in a certain type of way, you type in www.bigbooty.big-something. And you be sitting there watching that stuff. But if you had the money to have people do it for you live, if you had the money, a lot of y'all would do it. And I ain't saying he right, but he was able to see this shit. He ain't need no 3D goggles or nothing like that. It was live and in person. And Cassie was the entertainment for years. He was with her for over a decade. Now she talking about her life is in danger. Do her husband know how to fight? Ain't he a fitness instructor or something? He ain't got no guns. Hey, man, we gonna see how this play out. But I'm just as confused as the next person. If he not guilty, then he need to be home. If he got money for bail, why can't he pay the damn bail? What's really going on here? Hey, I need y'all to look at this real quick. It's only gonna take a second. They owe this man. Hold on. Let me get this together, because they owe this man some money. Hold on. Let me do it like this. Y'all stay tuned. Let me see if that's what it is. It ain't popping up. Somebody sent it to me the other day that they owe this man motherfucking $2 billion for the stuff that they put him through in that trial. Because he took them to court first. And now it's looking like they don't want to pay him what they owe him. Okay, this shit right here. Let me go ahead and send this to my phone real quick. We're going to watch this together. Oh, it's on IG? Cool. Y'all stay tuned, because I got to share this with y'all real quick. Send it over there. Okay, here you go. Y'all listening? All right, here we go. Look, I told y'all I got y'all. Don't worry about nothing. Look.
Yeah, right there. If you just type in Diageo market cap, $81 billion. Yeah. And what this insider said to me, just purely on what could happen, it's given. I'm not giving a source. It
Speculation.
Could be speculation. Yeah. He said they owe him $2 billion, and he said it could be the fact that they are doing this to not have to pay him $2 billion.
Damn, $2 billion, y'all. That's the reason why they, regardless if he innocent or not, if the charges stick or whatever, they do not want to let him out of jail, because as soon as he touched down, he checking to see where the fuck his $2 billion is at that they owe. The company worth $81 billion. He done generated so much revenue for them, done sold so many bottles of liquor, it don't even make no damn sense. That Ciroc was flying off the shelves. All the celebrities, hip-hop artists throughout the 2000s, up until now, drinking that stuff heavily. Sold out at the bars. All them parties he was throwing, events. If you ain't had Ciroc in the building, I don't know how many times he sponsored they liquor on television and music. He was a walking billboard. He advertised the shit out of their liquor. And for them to amass $81 billion, he probably owed more than the $2 billion. And he looking to collect. Before they give his black ass that money, They're going to do everything in their power to keep him in jail. And it's looking like Cassie working for DIGO. Because she was their spokesperson. And the only reason why they gave him the deal is because he was with Cassie and she got international appeal. As soon as he got with Young Miami, that's when they started acting funny. They weren't trying to sell their liquor at the Family Dollar. He parading her ghetto ass around. That's where he fucked up. Look at this. She one of the main reasons why they gave him the deal. He got a pretty Latin, Hispanic, Jamaican, she everything Caribbean. He had her on his arm. They trying to sell pina colada, pineapple flavors and shit. You could do that with Cassie. She was exotic and they wanted their liquor to be exotic. And they wanted his black ass to be the man of the night. And that's what he was. He brought along the Beige Bagage, French Montana, and all them other people that helped sell his liquor to a wider audience. Pitbull, DJ Khaled, Fat Joe. Everybody but Remy Ma helped him sell his damn liquor. But that all came to a screeching halt when their situation went bad. The same woman they used to help him sell that liquor is the same woman they used to shut him down so they won't have to pay him all that damn money. She was negotiating them bills, man, and them deals. Y'all brothers know, you got you a fine ass woman on your arm, it opened doors for you, man. You go to a restaurant with a fine ass bitch, they gonna sit you at the best tables. They gonna give you the best service because they gonna be trying to kiss her ass. For everybody that ever been with somebody that looked like something, you know it's perks. Just for being with somebody. She was the damn perk. I promise you, if he was still with Kim Porter, rest in peace, I ain't even gonna finish making that statement. But she the reason. Hold on, y'all. Y'all need to see this.
You just interrupted me and my girl having a blue dot night. But we're about to transfer over and take the motherfucking night to the next level. Baby, what you want to do? Deleon?
I want the Deleon.
You want the D?
Oh, goddamn. She said she want the D. Oh, Lord. We all know that's a fact. They thought it was a joke back then. Now this shit ain't too funny. He asked her if she wanted the D. Like, you know I want the D. We've been freaking off all night. I never say no to the D. I love freaking off. Now she done switched up her whole lingo. The same chick that was helping him sell that liquor, he was giving her the D. She was all with it, but now things don't change. Look at this.
You just interrupted me and my girl having a blue dot night. But we're about to transfer over and take the motherfucking night to the next level. Baby, what you want to do? Deleon?
I want the Deleon.
You want the D? You just interrupted me and my...
I ain't think that shit was funny. She thought it was hilarious, but she ain't laughing no more. This got me pissed off, y'all. It got me all the way pissed. I just don't understand it. They submitted a letter to the judge talking about she concerned that her ex-boyfriend could pose a danger to her and others. Ventura's, the persecuted star witness, federal prosecutors allege that Combs forced and coerced multiple women, including Ventura and another who testified under the pseudonym Jane, to take part in choreographed sex acts involving male escorts. They said them freak-offs was some classy shit, man. The lawyer said it in the courtroom on both sides. They said them hotel nights was very classy. You had that nice music playing with the pianos and stuff, a little bit of jazz playing in the background, candle lights. The ambiance was nice. They had roses and rose petals all over the place. They said it was a pleasant evening, them hotel nights. Y'all make it seem like they was in a junkyard with rats and shit running back and forth while Cassie get beated out on a pissy mattress. That's not what it was. It was real nice. They put the sheets all over stuff because they knew they was going to be using that warm baby oil. Their bodies glistening and the candlelight and stuff. Even the male escort said that it was sexy, man. They couldn't deny it. that it was a pleasant time. And it ain't like they was on gang banging on Cassie and doing her rough and dirty. It wasn't no, they wasn't ravaging Cassie. It was some Cinemax shit, some softcore porn, especially how many times they played it in the courtroom. I ain't making no excuses for this man, but he old, he got money, and he like to get kinky. And that's what old niggas do, especially when they can't get it up. They want to, but they got to settle for what they can settle for. He still got a sexuality. Even though he can't please, he enjoy pleasing others. And there's people out there like that just love pleasing other people. They don't know why they like to do it, but they just like to see other people happy. He enjoyed seeing Cassie happy so much that it pleasured him to the max, to where he decided to pleasure himself because he was so pleased with Cassie being pleased. And after all that pleasure, he asked her what she want, the Ciroc, the DeLeon, do she want the D, whatever it is, he let her have it, y'all. Look at it.
You just interrupted me and my girl having a blue dot night. But we're about to transfer over and take the motherfucking night to the next level. Baby, what you want to do? DeLeon?
I want the DeLeon.
You want the D?
Nasty ass.
Case and the verdict is NBC News legal analyst and criminal defense attorney Danny Savalos. Danny, good morning. We know you've spent a lot of time breaking this verdict down, but when you think about it, the prosecutors charged him with racketeering so that they could bring in a ton of evidence that they wouldn't have been able to otherwise.
Exactly right.
But now that he has been acquitted on those most serious charges, you wonder, was this an overreach? Did they go too far?
There's an argument to be made. I mean, you could say that the prosecution won because they did secure convictions, as federal prosecutors do in over 90% of the cases brought. But the only convictions were of the Mann Act, which was clearly the least serious of the charges, carrying the least punishment. If he'd been convicted of any of those sex trafficking counts, as you know, Laura, he was facing a mandatory minimum of 15 years. Now, even at the government's high end of their calculations, he's looking at 4 to 5 years. He's already got 10 months in credit for that. So a huge difference. And I would say, on the whole, a huge victory for the defense, even though this defendant was convicted.
For a moment, Danny, yesterday there was some anticipation.
No, wait. They ain't playing this thing right at all. They ain't doing it right. Because the stuff he convicted of, all them other charges is basically the same thing. What make them charges he guilty of different from them other charges that they put out there? It's all a bunch of BS. What make the charges he guilty for less BS than the ones he's not guilty for? You know? They got lockdowns and fights happening in the court right now. I mean, in the jail right now. Lockdowns and fights. Sean Diddy Kong's back in Brooklyn jail ahead of sentencing. So they going crazy up in there. Despite being found not guilty on most of the serious counts at his sex trafficking trial, Sean Diddy Kong will spend months awaiting sentencing at a notoriously understaffed and violent Brooklyn jail, where the music mogul has lived through nearly 10 months of lockdowns and fights. Who's to say Cassie wouldn't put a hit out on Diddy while he in jail? Who's to say them people at that liquor company won't put a hit out on him before he get out of jail to collect his $2 billion allegedly? What if they figure we need to keep him in there so we can eliminate the problem? They already tried it in court. Shit ain't make no sense. It ain't about it making sense. It's about keeping that man behind bars so he won't get paid. Him freaking off and having sex, that's his own personal business that nobody really needed to know about. But since it's spilled and leaked over, people don't give a damn. Because y'all done did some things that y'all don't want people to know about. And it's way worse than having somebody ejaculate on your nipples, man. And a lot of y'all had that too. It make it seem like Diddy invented the wheel. Like he the first person to ever have somebody do some freaky shit or be involved in some freaky. Man, them hotels nasty. Especially them motels, man. You a fool if you get under the covers. But for Cassie, y'all, whatever restaurant she go to, if she eat at that Red Lobster, don't eat at that Red Lobster. Because they got her spit, her saliva all in the dishwasher. Whatever, cause she go to the tanning salon, don't go to the tanning salon. She go to the waxing place. Ladies, don't go to the same waxing place Cassie go to, cause her nasty ass was sitting on the table, y'all. Diddy all right though. You know, you can't say the same thing about Diddy because his ass was in the corner whacking off. Unless you allergic to Astroglide or something like that, stay away from Diddy. He the cleanest person in the truck. All them other people they disgusting. Because he was the one with the money. They was the clowns sticking around to get some money out of this man. And a lot of times, people will create vices for you so they can get your bag. Like with Whitney Houston, she wasn't smoking all that dope before she got into the entertainment business. People will make it to where you fall in love with some shit that ain't no good for you. People will introduce you to some freak off type of stuff just to get paid. Them hotels, you go in there and turn on the TV, it's some shit on there that had you thinking before you know it, you ordering pizza and some escorts or whatever the case is. It's a Pizza Hut commercial, and then after that, it's a 1-800 call booty. Before you know it, the delivery man for the pizza and the escort standing at the door at the same time. So they know how to work these people. They got, man, them hotels got it all if you got money. Now, the regular hotels, they check your ass in and that's that. Them other ones got a whole bunch of complimentary shit if you willing to pay for it. If you know, that's why he was using code names and shit. Because they know the damn code names. How you gonna use a code name at a hotel when they got your driver's license number and all that? They know who the fuck you is. But him saying Frank Black and Frank White, they know to send them male hoes up there. I'm here to see Frank Black. They give your ass a special key. You go in there, they know what you there for. It's a complimentary service. They put a goddamn cookie in your drawers, so when you take them off, Diddy will have a snack. I'm over it, man. This stuff got me pissed off. Cassie ain't got no power or no authority to keep a nigga in jail. They make it seem like she above the law. Look at this, man.
Anticipation that Sean Diddy Combs could walk out of the courtroom yesterday. The judge has decided that he's going to be denied bail. That means he stays behind bars for right now. The bottom line here was that the defense team had conceded his domestic violence problems through history. Was that what held him behind bars?
Yes and no. Here's the thing. The defense always had to concede domestic violence. They had to get credibility with the jury. And by the way, even if they hadn't, there was plenty of evidence of domestic violence. For example, a video of domestic violence, of Combs beating his girlfriend that the jury saw. So it really didn't matter that they conceded it. Here's the thing. The presumption under federal law was that Combs was going to continue to be detained until his sentencing. The defense had the burden to show by clear and convincing evidence that he was neither a flight risk nor a danger to the community. So he started out with an uphill climb. In all likelihood, he was going to be detained. It would have been a big deal for the defense, a big win for them to get him out pending sentencing. But when you think about it, if he's really only looking at a few years, he's going to do this time anyway. He's going to get credit for this time. So
Diddy Kong. That's what's happening here. Motherfucking Diddy Kong. They let him out of jail. He gonna climb the Empire State Building. Everybody gonna be in danger. Don't you let that gorilla out that damn cell. He a danger to the fucking society. You take them chains off his ass, he gonna go berserker. He gonna snatch up Cassie and climb up the Empire State Building. They gonna have to call out the National Guard. I had to say, helicopters, come get this goddamn gorilla. Should have never let him out the damn cage. That's wrong. They shouldn't do brothers like that. Diddy puny. Y'all seen his kids? That's like somebody running down the street afraid of Christian Combs or something like that. Like he got it in him, man. His father Diddy, but stay away from that motherfucker, man. The only thing Diddy kids could do is pay somebody to beat your ass. That's why Cassie's scared. Because Diddy might not do it, but he'll pay somebody to beat her ass. Or kick her in the ass the way he did in the hotel. It might be a whole nother video footage of some man beating on Cassie in the hotel. It ain't Diddy, though. but somebody gonna do it. And I don't feel like that's what she deserved. But 10 years of freaking off, and now you complaining about it. I wonder if she still got what it takes to freak off. I bet them knees bad as hell. She done had them babies, her body all fucked up. I would, no. And she ain't had sex appeal even when Diddy was with her, man. I wouldn't have wanted to see her take off her drawers then. That's probably why he had to pay them male escorts, because once they see that slit in her back, it's going to be hard for them to get up, man. Nothing but missionary. And I ain't trying to be nasty about the situation, but damn, this some old Addams Family shit. He weird, but she even weirder. That's something that we all gotta understand here. She just as weird as he is, especially to be in a relationship with somebody for that long. And he's supposed to be the biggest weirdo in human history. That make her more weird because she was able to get away from him. He can't get away from himself. She ain't have to. He got to deal with himself. He got to fight his own demons, but she didn't have to go through none of that stuff. And seeing how she chose to go through it, she's more sick than Diddy. So how does she have a say-so in anything that happens after all of this? Okay, I need to see this for myself. And I do apologize, y'all. I need y'all to do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I got to see the charges that he, let me see. What is he guilty of? Let's pull this up and get it on the screen for everybody so we can go over this together. All right, y'all ready? Look at this. Not guilty of racketeering conspiracy. That means running a criminal enterprise. They was trying to make it seem like he was Al Capone or somebody, like he just a Lucky Luciano or prostitution or whatever the case is. Count 2, sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion. So he ain't forced nobody to do shit. He ain't pull no fraud. It was all consensual. Everybody that had sex is because they was trying to get paid, escorts, the women was with it. You know, they was freaking off. He guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution. So he provided the escorts with a way to get to the hotel. He had a whole service. He was too generous with the shit. Like, I don't know how you gonna get here, Playboy, but you know, you gotta be here before 10 o'clock. I would send you a call you a cab or some shit, man, but you know, I ain't gonna be able to do that because that's illegal. The transportation part is what got him still in jail. He not guilty of count 4, sex trafficking by force, fraud. It's 2 of the same damn thing. How you gonna add 2? What type of menu is this, man? You figure you got one order for, that's like getting a number 1 or a number 2 and the number 4 is the same Big Mac meal. What difference do it make? The menu all fucked up. Count 5, transportation. It's the same goddamn thing. Well, he did it twice? What difference do it make? Man, they better go on with this bullshit, man. Calm down, Blaze. Man, I can't. This got me pissed off. They need to break it down to make it make sense to the public. Because we supposed to accept this shit, and whatever they give us, we supposed to take it. Whatever they give, we supposed to take it. They doing us worse than what they accusing Diddy of doing. They freaking all of us off with this bullshit. It ain't right. I'm gonna shut up about it. Y'all need to hear this part, because this is where the details get deeper. Look.
Jail until his sentencing. A judge made that decision yesterday after the jury released its mixed verdict. Combs was found guilty on the charges related to prostitution, but the jury declined to convict him of sex trafficking and racketeering. Joanna Neves is a criminal defense lawyer and founding attorney of Neves Law and joins us now with more. Good morning to you.
Yeah, explain this to me, man. Explain it.
Joanna. You know, the prosecution made such a big deal of the arrest of Sean Combs and this case against him. We all can think back to when his home was raided and they released images of a safe deposit box with all sorts of evidence. But in the end, he was only found guilty of prostitution. How did the prosecution fall short in terms of the most serious RICO charges?
Good morning. Absolutely. I think that where they fell short was getting the jury to understand this concept of an enterprise and the conspiracies that were going on within that enterprise. They had to show that Sean Combs and somebody else within the enterprise made these agreements and committed these acts. And we heard a lot about the people involved, but we didn't hear from many people, his chief of staff and the security. And I think ultimately, showing that this enterprise existed and people were complicit in these agreements is where they fell short on the racketeering.
Man, shut this bullshit. Shut that shit up, man. Shut it up. Shut up. It's stupid, man. It don't make no sense. Not at all. He had no enterprise of a goddamn thing. He made hits that make people dance. He sold millions of records. He's a music mogul. Quincy Jones. That's where he got his money from, man. So Rock, he's selling liquor. Clothing, he's a goddamn icon. Y'all, what the hell? Criminal organization for what? Because he like to have a good time every Saturday night? What's wrong? What's criminal about a brother having a good time, man? I knew they was going to do this shit. I knew they ain't like the way he was living. That's why for all y'all people out there that got it good, don't be inviting people to y'all house. And that's how people be getting robbed. They be like, damn, somebody broke into my house and took all my shit. That's because you had people in your house. They wouldn't know what you got up in there unless you showed them or they been in there before, man. I ain't never been robbed, knocked on wood, because I don't let nobody in my shit. Look, they robbed his ass, man. He had all them people in his house, inviting anybody and everybody. They eating, they sitting around enjoying his lavish. He should have did that shit somewhere else. Take all that to a hotel. Y'all can't come to my house, but we can get a venue somewhere to where we could have an all-white party. I don't even want y'all energy in my house. He got them all hanging on his couches. They all using his bathroom and shit, in his pool. They walking around, going to his bedrooms, guest rooms, looking at everything he owned. People everywhere in his house. That ain't gonna do nothing but breed jealousy, envy, and hatred. Because when they go back home to their hut or whatever the hell they living in, they gonna feel a way about that. And they've been feeling a way about it for years. Now they finally get to see his black ass suffering. Oh, Mr. Lavish, Mr. Hotshot. I remember I went to his party in 2020. Beautiful home, yeah, beautiful landscape. He had everything. Nigga, he had a giraffe. They ain't like that. Now Ray J got it. We gonna save Ray J for a whole nother video. Matter of fact, let me get back to this because we gonna get to Ray J. Y'all need to see this.
Of testimony and a guilty verdict on 2 of the 5 counts. The judge overseeing the Sean Diddy Combs trial denied the music mogul bail.
Good Day's Briella Tomasetti has the details from outside Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center this morning, and that is now where Sean Diddy Combs will remain for the foreseeable future. But the question, Briella, this morning is really how long? What do you have on the latest?
Yeah, Tina and Tashani, good morning to both of you. That's right. Diddy has been held here since his arrest in September, and he is here this morning as we speak after the acquittal on those 2 more serious charges, but the guilty verdict on the transportation to engage in prostitution charges. His defense team, though, trying to get him out as soon as possible. That is the news this morning as we move forward. The judge wants to keep the rapper locked up until his sentencing, citing his violence to the public.
The judge did use that argument against him and said, you said your client was violent. You said that he had some issues with aggression. I don't want to release him while this is still pending because there's potential witnesses or victims that he could influence, and that's why he kept them awaiting the sentencing.
Judge Arun Subramanian announced from the bench prior to trial the court denied bail, and I see no reason to reverse that now. With that bail bid rejected, Diddy is currently set to be sentenced on October 3rd, but his lawyers are pushing for that timeline to be expedited, and the judge has set a remote hearing for this upcoming Tuesday, next week, to discuss it. Diddy stands convicted of two counts of transportation.
We're going to have to see what they talking about on Tuesday, man. It's looking like the judge might say, you know what? There's some bullshit. You know, give us that money, take your ass home. You don't already serve some time. You know, you transported, you know, gave them people a ride to the hotel or whatever the case is. But, you know, Cassie, she gonna have to figure it out. She got a husband. And if you pose a threat, your ass gonna be right back in jail. Stay out of trouble, Mr. Combs. We want to thank you for the $1 billion in revenue that you generated with your news. You've been an honor. You don't fucking increase the revenue of everybody. The news reporters, the bloggers, you're a damn saint. Diageo owe you $2.5 billion. He need to be the first trillionaire. All this money he done generated over this time by people speaking shit, bullying. He need to sue every motherfucking body. That's starting with them YouTubers, man. He need to get armed and wig and sue his ass for every penny he got. Tissa tells everybody. Everybody except for that dude, Sean Blazington. He all right. But everybody else need to go to jail behind what they've been saying about Diddy. He need to sue all of the day, every motherfucking body, man. Everybody that had an opinion, your auntie, your cousins, all of them. They need to give Diddy some money. Y'all need to see this, man. Hold on, get it together, bro. Get that, yeah, put that on. Okay, go ahead.
Back to the stunning turn of events in Lower Manhattan. Sean Combs delivered a split verdict in his racketeering and sex crimes trial.
Yeah, now we broke the news for you right here at 10. You saw it live with us as it happened. Acquitted on major charges, the RICO, the sex trafficking charges, and convicted on 2 of what seemingly were the lesser counts of transportation to engage in prostitution.
Now, Combs and his family appeared to celebrate, but only for a quick moment. Hours later, a judge denied bail, meaning that Combs remains in jail, and it could be months before he knows his sentence. Eyewitness News reporter Phil Tate is live outside the detention center in Sunset Park, where Diddy is still being held. He has the very latest for us. Phil.
Yeah, good morning. Sean Combs' legal team took a victory lap outside of the federal courthouse following yesterday's verdict. Meantime, for the music mogul, he saw a small...
They just not gonna let it go, man. They not gonna let it. It's too much money being made. They gonna drag this shit. They trying to drag. If they had something else going on in the news, they would have let his ass go. If they had another celebrity on the hook, if they had anything else worth talking about, as far as the black media is concerned, then people wouldn't even be worried about it. Let me explain something to y'all, man. Black entertainment is at an all-time low. It ain't never been this low before. Look. We ain't had nothing to be excited about as far as black entertainment goes in a long-ass time, man. We ain't had no black entertainers with international appeal. We ain't seen nobody with talent in a long ass time. The last time we seen somebody with talent, let me show y'all. This the last time in the black community we seen somebody with some real talent. I can't think of nobody else. If they name ain't Michael, then they just ain't had no goddamn talent, man. Maybe Chris Brown. You know? Look, the last time. You ain't seen another talent since this. He was talented, man. Everybody could agree. fucking talented. The last time, man, they done came and went. We ain't seen no new talent. Or maybe, hey, he wearing Michael Jordan's number playing in Kobe's house. If you ask me, LeBron James ain't nothing but gas. They gassed his ass up with Michael Jordan's juice. They gassed him up with Kobe's fuel. He whole career, I don't give a damn how long he been playing. Nothing but gas. You could gas up a damn a neon or something like that, and it can drive forever. He's still running on gas. Like, damn, LeBron James, he 50-something years old, he's still playing. He been gassed up ever since he started. He ain't never gonna stop with all that damn gas. The point I'm trying to make is we ain't seen no talent in a long ass time. Diddy, oh my God, man. Out of all the music moguls currently in hip hop today, he has the most talent. As a business, as a CEO of a record label, as all them fucking billions of dollars he generated, from the clothing to the music, his own albums went platinum. Multi-platinum hits. He might be the greatest one we got left in the modern era. Quincy Jones gone. All the other black moguls in entertainment, they gone. Jay-Z, shit, he riding Beyonce coattail, even though he got a career of his own. If it wasn't for Diddy, it wouldn't be no Jay-Z. So he the last one, he all we got in the talent arena. Not one of them mumble rappers going, if Future was on trial, look. If Future was on trial for Molly Percocets and all that bullshit, get that out of here. Would nobody give a damn? I mean, he got fans in there. It's a bunch of hood rats that love the life out of this man. But as far as making international news, because Future had a freak off on some Molly's and Percocets, wouldn't nobody give a fuck, man. Unless you want all the D-boys to keep on hitting the like buttons all over and over. His legacy ain't based on shit. And I love Future, but I'm just saying. He known for having multiple baby mamas and pop Molly's and Percocets. Look. They had Birdman in the jammer, freaking off. He was hiring escorts to freak off Tony Braxton. That shit ain't gonna make it past BET. They ain't gonna see in there Birdman for years. His legacy ain't deep. He came out with the Hot Boys, the biggest gimmick. Y'all seen them niggas' album covers? Look at this. You can't take this shit seriously. Big timers, I got that work with diamonds all over the. Ain't nobody taking this shit. You ain't gonna be able to do it for no international news unless you just gonna put it on the New Orleans news channels. Diddy the last talent that we have that people can take seriously. Don't get me wrong. Chopper City and the Ghetto go hard in the ghetto. But international, you ain't never seen BG on Ellen. You ain't never seen Lil Wayne. Man, it ain't gonna happen. Diddy the last person that people give a damn about, the last mogul that actually made some shit with some substance to it. Besides that, you ain't got nobody. It's all been Cartoon Network. Coonery and buffoonery. And I ain't trying to talk bad about Cash Money. I'm just using them as an example. You ain't got no other mogul out there that can garner this much attention. People don't want to see the Grim Reaper trial a J Prince and a mob ties and all that. That ain't got American appeal. They'll lock his ass up and throw away the key, and that'll be the end of it. They not about to do the J Prince trial. He ain't got as much personality as Diddy. He ain't gonna garner as much attention as Diddy. The Charleston White trial, all on CNN. That shit ain't gonna make it past YouTube blogs. Y'all see what I'm saying? There is no more talent coming out of the black community, man. The last time, look, let me show y'all something real quick. The last time we really seen some talent, where the next Venus and Serena Williams at? Who came after them that got international appeal for doing what they do in tennis? You ain't seen another Venus or Serena Williams yet. They ain't out there, man. If they is, we ain't seen them. Somewhere along the line, the talent, what the freaky deaky going on here? I think I might like this shit. Wait a minute, what the hell? When they did this, what the fuck? I ain't know this was gonna be happening today. What the hell? Did Diddy invite them over for a freak off? What they got going on here? Shit, they on Bizarre Magazine. This shit is bizarre. What the freakalicious? And they both all juicy. What the hell? What's going on? Hold on. I ain't know this was gonna be happening today. Reggie? What's up, Blaze? Hey, bro, you better, whatever you got in your pants, you better figure that shit out. Let me get on out of here, because this getting this raunchy. Wait a minute. Reggie, cut that off, man. What the fuck? Done threw off my whole point. I forgot what I was talking. Forgot what I was talking about, y'all. But that's Negro here nor there. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Shit, I'm over here sweating. What the hell was that all about? And make sure y'all hit that Cash App too, $ Sean Blaze Docs. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, man. I just can't call it. I got so much love for y'all out there. Hit that Cash App and let me know what y'all think about this. And one more thing before I go. Subscribe to my channel if that's what you want. Subscribe to my channel if that's what you want. But if that's not what you like, then you must be a punk. Hold on now, here we go. Who is this girl? She got that junk in her trunk. Baby girl, back it up, poke out your rump. It's S.A.T that you want. And my music hit so hard, make you say, oh my.